ẹ kú dédé àsìkò yìí ẹ sì káàbọ̀ sórí ètò ọmọ Oòduà tó ń dé sójú ìwòran yín o láti iléeṣẹ́ ìkànnì Wo TV. Òdu ni wá, àwa kì í ṣàìmọ̀ fún lóko. A tún ti dé o sórí ètò bá a ti ṣe máa ń dé bẹ́ẹ̀ nítorí pé kàyéfì ọ̀rọ̀ kàbìtì la máa ń pè ní kàyéfì ọ̀rọ̀. Tó ẹ bá wọn pèrè fìdílé abẹ́ bá mi dìtẹ̀ àpèrè mọ́lẹ̀ kákọ́ lágbá mi tó tọ̀hún ká máa bá kinní ọ̀hún bọ̀ bá a ti ṣe máa ń ṣe tá a máa ń kìbọnú ara wọn lẹ́lẹ́yọ̀ ẹ̀yọ̀. Bó bá ti wá yá yín bó bá ti yégun ni o ṣe mọ̀ pé ó ti yọ́rẹ́. Àwa tá a wà ń bí náà àbátẹ̀rẹ́ wá bí torí pé bàbá débi iṣẹ́ ṣíṣe náà là á ṣe. Ó ti wá yá ẹja jọ karabodò torí pé àní karabodò tán ká tó ṣe máa wá parọ́ pò tútù mú wá o. Ó ti yá bó bá ti yá yín ẹja jọ lọ.
Power, my people. Alugwaye.
Uraba Isaka Miliwato. Biafra Miliwato. Finland Miliwato. Biafra Agonana. Orizena. Akbaro Baroki. Finland. All harmony with Biafra Lune. Biafra. Biafra Orire. Kazawo Yoruba. Biafra. Bodo.
We welcome all you Biafrans and all the great friends of Biafra gathered today in this great occasion. You are welcome. Kaboom, kaboom, airborne. We move.
Greetings, Biafrans and friends of Biafra. Somehow I'm trying to get back myself. So if my voice is not good, please, I apologize. Because when I heard the voice of our Onyendu, Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, I was down. Then, when Honorable Uche was talking about the person who made it possible for us to be here, Obatobie, I was crying there. So, still trying to get back myself. But we must continue. That's why we are here. And Biafra is here. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to welcome everyone to this beautiful venue in Lati. My name is Emmanuel Maduabom. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to the wonderful people and the government of Finland. I don't know about you, I feel at home each time I visit Finland. And this very visit is already feeling that way. Today marks a historic moment in the relationship between the people of Finland and the people of Biafra, and definitely lays a solid foundation for a series of events that will bring succor and progress to the lives of millions of Biafrans. Our presence here is not just important. It is vital, it is special, and it is an honor for all of us to be part of this historic moment for Biafra freedom. And what a better place to be than to be in a country that stood with us during the most challenging time in our lives. During the time, much of the world looked away while a few other countries conspired to wage a genocidal war against our people in 1967 to 1970, during which more than 5 million Biafrans perished. Although the outside world may think that the war ended in 1970, unknown to them, what caused the war, the 1967 war, still in effect today, and in the recent few years has taken a new level of urgency, a new level of existential threat, and a new level of challenge to our consciousness and compassion for humanity. Every single Biafran in this room knows about our struggles. The unwarranted killings of our people that dates back to the 1940s and 1960s that forced our forebearers, Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, Dikem Bannewi, and his deputy, General Phillips Effiong, to initiate steps for self-preservation of our people following senseless massacre of our people in northern Nigeria. The recent and ongoing invasion of Nigeria by Fulanis and jihadists from other countries and associated slaughter of indigenous people and apparent inability of Nigerian government to do anything about it have created a new kind of existential threat that we must all work together to confront. When our leader was taken, on 19 June 2021, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our Onyendu, was illegally kidnapped in Kenya and renditioned to Nigeria by the Nigerian Fulani government. Since then, the Nigerian government has kept him in solitary confinement despite his ailing health and 2 court judgments for him to be released. Let us all spare a thought for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our Onyendu, who still remains languishing in the DSS dungeon in Nigeria. When our leader, Onyendu, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, was taken, millions of Biafrans were hopeless and without direction. It was chaotic. We were at our lowest moment and in despair. One man stepped up. One man restored our hope. One man tried to build Biafra. That man is our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Njoko, the Obatobie, the finisher. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Our Prime Minister, Obatobie, he refused to give up on this cause, and today we are here to make our freedom a reality. Thanks to your leadership, our Obatobie, we can all see the finishing line in sight. Indeed, you are the finisher. Obatobie is the finisher. We stand here in the peaceful nation of Finland. How many of you know they had to fight their own wars to freedom? I live in another country famous for being peaceful, Switzerland. But how many of you know the Swiss had to fight for their freedom too? All around the world, people fight for their survival and well-being. And they should. We Biafrans must also fight for our own freedom. Our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Onyendu famously said, we have crossed the Rubicon, and that's why we are here. So it is time for all of us to step up, all of us to have hope, and all of us to build Biafra. Thank you very much, Biafrans, and the friends of Biafra. Thank you very much.
father.
All hail Biafra!
Thank you very much, Honorable Imam.
All hail Biafra! Thank you so much to the Brigi Culture and Tourism Department. Thank you. This was lovely. A lovely welcome song. Are we hungry yet? Are we hungry? All right. Lunch is ready. And we are 7 minutes late to lunch. Lunch ends exactly at 2:15 p.m. So as we walk to lunch, we will use the Giant of Africa by our brother that is supposed to be here, but he's not because of visa issues. M. Josh, Giant of Africa. Thank you.
What the vibes? Struggle autopilot until they come out. Simon not the pilot. Go to hell, tell Elisa we no give up. Put Charlie for call, tell and say we conquer. In our destiny, we born to save Africa. Freedom and restoration. If you no get mine, come up, but all you collect, woto. Operation Python dance, it no stop us.
Perhaps.
Army kill us, it no stop us.
We call on Honorable Uche Obi. Honorable Uche Obi. Honorable Uche Obi will welcome the dignitaries. What is your program?
I can use this as my seat, so I can use that. This working? This is working.
I need your program for the next, so let me get one for you.
Okay, he's on my chair. Good afternoon, fellow Biafrans. I am speechless. Thank you for coming to Finland. I am delighted that we all have a common goal, which is freedom, and that is why we are here today. And believe me, you, at the end of this convention, we are going to get that which we have come here for. It's unfortunate that a man that I love so much is not able to join us here today. But we must continue. He has set the path for us, and we are not relenting. We love him.
Thank you once again for being here today. Once again, welcome everybody to Finland. My name is Mazi Uchobi. I am the Biafra Republic Government in Exile representative in Europe, and also one of the hosts for this event. So thank you for coming to Finland, and we are going to make history. Please join me to welcome the President of the Eritrean Council, Mr. Gebre Bauduri. Welcome, sir. Next on the list, we have this man I'm about to mention. He's a wonderful man, and he has done so much in making sure that our voice is heard in Washington, D.C. I am very proud of his works, and I am looking forward to more that will be coming from him. I am speaking of no other person but Mr. Elias Dinan Verasos. No, I just can't
They kidnap and forget. They bring them to Nigeria. They put them for prison.
Next on the list, we have Mr. Richard Gazel. Mr. Richard Gazel, are you here? Perhaps he hasn't joined us yet. So the next on the list, we have Shay Gavi. Shay Kavi. Tomorrow. Okay. Thank you. And the next on the list, we have Mr. Chin Chen Seong.
What to vibes?
Next on the list, we have Mr. Joseph Wong. Are you here? Mr. Joseph Wong. Thank you very much, and that would be it.
Thank you very much, Honorable Uche Obi. Now we call on the Chief of Staff of Biafra Republic Government in Exile to welcome brigade officials.
Piano in Asorok, 247 of Golos. Them say vice president in a terrorist, Senate members in a criminal. So what do you expect? Go shake. Over 50 million.
Nabata Obie, His Excellency Simon Ekpa. Thank you so much.
Injunction have begun.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I know you all hold him so dear. And for Finland to do what they did to us today, we will never forget. So, on that note, I welcome everyone here today. I welcome all the Brigade Cabinet members. I welcome all the liaison officers, the reps. I welcome all the de facto administrators that are here with us today. I welcome all the help, all the international lawyers that are here today. We thank you. We thank you so much. Asina mbelede nyiri dike mana mbelede keji amadike. And our Prime Minister has always told us to be ready for a day like this. That is going to come. We thank all our foot soldiers in our Biafra territory, protecting our land, safeguarding the lives of our women and children, making Biafra a safe place. One of the safest places you have in Nigeria today is Biafra land. So we thank them. I just want to use this opportunity to once again recognize our leader. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu dị Ọhamadike afọ ndị Igbo.
Rock the vibes. Struggle autopilot until Nnamdi come out. Simon not the pilot. Go to hell, tell Elisa we no give up. Put Charlie for call.
Ọhamadike is today being held by the Nigeria DSS. And they think that if they take away Ọhamadike, there will be nothing like Biafra, right? Ọhamadike, he told them, you all have held me for 4 years. What will the 5th year do for me? Because of him, and because of our Prime Minister, and because of the heroes and heroines of Biafra, we are doing what we are doing today. And nobody can stop us. On that note, I just want to welcome everyone here. And let you know, behind the scene, there have been the Brigade Cabinet officials that will be working behind the scene day and night to make sure that we are all going home en masse in 2025. All Biafrans have traveled from all over the world. Every part of the world. You will see one Biafra here that's come from that part of the world. And we thank you so much. And on this note, if everyone except the media could sit, and I would love all the Brigade Cabinet officials to please stand up wherever you are sitting. Please. Please. Dear friends, these are the people that have been making things happen behind the scene. The names are so many, and because we are already running out of time, we're not going to be able to name them individually, but please take your time. If you see any of these individuals, please thank them for us. They are why we are here today. I want to also use this opportunity to let us all know there'll be few slight changes in our schedule today from the agenda we have, and we would like everyone to really work with us based on existing information we have. And on that note, I thank you all so much. Welcome, dear friends, to Finland. Thank you.
What the vibes? Just struggle autopilot until the number come out. Simon not the pilot. Go to hell, tell Elisa we no give up. Put Charlie for call, tell and say we conquer. Now our destiny, we born to save Africa. Freedom and restoration. If you no get mine, come up, but all you collect would do.
Thank you, COS. We call on Honorable Dr. Iman Wabeze to the podium for breaking of kola nut. Honorable Wabeze, are you here?
The Lord is holy. The Lord is good. The Lord is one. Praise be the name of the Lord. Because he has visited us, Biafra, and redeemed us, Biafra. I've been timed. 5 minutes. It is not enough for me. But because of the circumstances, I'm going to comply. Last year, I was on the podium in Helsinki by chance. But this year, I'm here by design. I'm going to say, if chance shall make me king, chance shall crown me without a star. And that is Shakespeare Macbeth. Ndibanye, I'm going to speak in English, in Pidgin, and in Igbo.
what has happened, I'm mellowed. I'm very, very mellowed. What I've intended to do and speak, I'm restricted by my feelings. But what I want to say is that Obato Obie, Obato Obie. You remember, before I come to the Kola term, I'm aware, I know my assignment. Don't worry. Obato Obie, our people said, things that is very difficult, we can always do it. And how do you translate it in Igbo? Who can give me the chorus? Aneme, Heni Ndihe Pomime, Aneme, Heni Ndihe Pomime, Aneme, Heni Ndihe Pomime. They say, who no go no. Who no go no. And also, they say, Agracha must come back. Anya Grachago, we are coming back. Okay, here game is this. Whoo! Look at me. Look at. I was born with 4 fingers on my left hand and 5 on the right hand. Can you remember what is today? Whoo! Today is 29, 29, 30, first and second. And what would they say on that day the ego has landed? I'll take up the collar. Let me, oh, my figure has come back. Oh. I say that I'm very privileged, honored, and humble to break this color. Those of us who were here, oh yes, I forgot something. I've forgotten something. Hey, I forgot something. Last year, when I was on the podium over there, and I remember that I'm on the podium again this year, and the Lord has graciously added 1 year to my lifespan. And you know what it is? I'm 83 today. It appears, thank you. It appears that the clock is going backwards. So it's giving me time. It's going backwards. It's not going forwards. Anyway, what is it? We break the collar in the ancient name. Ancient name. Look, as I say, what I plan to talk about, you must remember the chronology age of the antiquity. Then we come down to the chronology era of the ancient. She says every time, we're now in a different era. And I'm going to break this color out speaking the language of the ancient. And that is what? Igbo. That is what? Igbo. Remember, you have to remember that Igbo language, Igbo, is an adulterated name called Hebrew. Hebrew. They called it Igbo. Okay? And now the 40 states of United States of Biafra. I made a statement last year that we're all Igbos. But because the language has been bastardized, they will have different dialects, but we're the same people. So when I speak Igbo, please, I crave your indulgence and understanding. Thank you. I'm speaking in Igbo now. Ndị be anyị sị na onye wetara ọjị wetara ndụ. Onye wetara ọjị wetara ndụ. Onye debere anyị ebe a, ọ Chukwu Abịama, Chukwu Okike Abịama, ọ ya debere anyị ebe a. Ihe anyị na-eme niile si n'aka. Ihe anyị na-eme si n'aka Chukwu. Remember that in different dialects, I nwere ihe anyị na-akpọ Chukwu. I nwere ihe a na-akpọ Chukwu. Na ibe Izom ha na-akpọ Tamno. Ijebe Akwa Ibom or Efik ha kpọ ya gịnị Abasi. Abịa na Igbo, anyị nwere ọtụtụ afọ a na-akpọ Chukwu Ekene, Chukwu Ọbasi. So ihe anyị niile ka anyị ga-eji na ọnụ m na-akwefu na ọnụ m. Unu mere mistake inye m microphone m kwube okwu. Ihe ga-eme na ọsọ. I'm not reminding you. Oh, I'm supposed to be speaking Igbo. Sorry. Nchọrọ matter that is n'afọ gara aga asị mgbe nna wa ọjị kwuo na-asị ise but o nwere nwoke bụ president before a na-akpọ Ọfịa. Ọ sị watch my lips. So nna aga ọjị na-ekwu na incantations. Watch my lips before he say, don't say he say before me. Because last year, ndị man they say he say, and I couldn't get what I was saying. Hi. So this time, Achomka, you just please, when at the end of my incantation, then he say, ebidogo m ọzọ. Ndị be anyị sị na onye wetara ọjị wetara ndụ. Mbona say thank you, okay? Mbona. Onye wetara ọjị wetara ndụ. Ife niile si n'aka Chukwu. Anyị na-ekene Chukwu Okike Abịama. Onye nyere anyị ndụ. Ndụ onye isi anyị nọ na mkpọrọ. Ihe njikwa ya mkpọrọ, ama m ihe a ga-akpọ ya n'Igbo. Bụ na anyị na-akpọ ya mkpọrọ. Ụlọ nga, but ọ nọ n'ụlọ nga, ọ nọ na mkpọrọ. Ha jide. But anyị na-ayọ Chukwu Abịama ka o debe ndụ ya. Chukwu Abịama debe ndụ Amaradike bụ Nnamdi Kanu. Ise. Chukwu Abịama debe ndụ ọgbata obi. Chukwu Abịama debe ndụ ọgbata obi. Se. Chukwu Abịama debe ndụ ndị niile nọ n'ụzọ na-ahụ na ndị niile ma ndị bịara ndị si Amerịka, ndị na-enye anyị aka, ndị na-eje na Washington DC, ndị Eritrea, ndị South Korea, ndị onye ọbụla bịara ebe a ndụ ya dịkwa ise. Anyị bịara ebe a biko ndụ our chief of staff, because all your second in command, chief of staff bụ second in command. Ọbata obie emego ya ka ihe niile anyị na-eme ka o si na-aga n'udo, na-aga n'udo, na-aga n'udo. So ndị a na-akpọ ndị zoo, o nwere ndị a na-akpọ ndị zoo. Ka m gwa unu, ha nwere enwe ịtọ. Ndị zoo nwere enwe ịtọ. Ihe a na-akpọ enwe bụ monkey. Ha nwere enwe ịtọ, monkey. Ha na-afụ ụzọ, ha na-anụ ife, ha na-agụ okwu. Ka m translate n'Igbo biko ewena n'iwe. They don't see, they can't see no evil. They don't talk no evil, and they don't hear no evil. And that's why that place is rotten, complete rotten. Ndị onye ọbụla asị m okay, ndị onye ọbụla ma nwata na oke, nwoke na nwanyị, ụmụ anyị niile, ma ndị nọ ebe a, ma ndị nọ n'obodo oyibo, ife anyị na-akpọ ebe a bụ obodo oyibo, ndị nọ na Biafra, ndị nọ dịso, unu na-awakwa Chukwu okike abịa ma ga-edu unu ndụ. Ihe a ka m na-agwa si n'afọ Chineke bụ onye kere anyị ise. Ihe ga-eme bụ m were otu ọjị, ewerekwa otu ọjị ga-enye chief of staff. Ọ ya bụ second in command, okay?
So, I got how wire.
Just
so
we're going to chief of staff.
Okay. So what happens? Okay, remain here.
Okay, remain.
But on a big way, so it has to go. All of these will go. Get to know this. I need you up here. I need you up here to open those files. I don't know which one it is. The one that comes next. I don't know why you closed. Ladies and gentlemen, while we are sharing and enjoying the kola nut, we need to hear the DRIBC welcome address. And for that, we call on Honorable Emma Madabom to the podium. Welcome, sir.
Greetings, Biafrans and friends of Biafra. Somehow I'm trying to get back myself. So if my voice is not good, please, I apologize. Because when I heard the voice of our Onyendu, Mazin Nande Kano, I was down. Then, when Honorable Uche was talking about the person who made it possible for us to be here, Obatobie, I was crying there. So, still trying to get back myself. But we must continue. That's why we are here. And Biafra is here. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to welcome everyone to this beautiful venue in Lati. My name is Emmanuel Madoabom. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to the wonderful people and the government of Finland. I don't know about you, I feel at home each time I visit Finland. And this very visit is already feeling that way. Today marks a historic moment in the relationship between the people of Finland and the people of Biafra, and definitely lays a solid foundation for a series of events that will bring succor and progress to the lives of millions of Biafrans. Our presence here is not just important. It is vital, it is special, and it is an honor for all of us to be part of this historic moment for Biafra freedom. And what a better place to be than to be in a country that stood with us during the most challenging time in our lives. During the time, much of the world looked away while a few other countries conspired to wage a genocidal war against our people in 1967 to 1970, during which more than 5 million Biafrans perished. Although the outside world may think that the war ended in 1970, unknown to them, what caused the war, the 1967 war, still in effect today, and in the recent few years has taken a new level of urgency, a new level of existential threat, and a new level of challenge to our consciousness and compassion for humanity. Every single Biafran in this room knows about our struggles. The unwarranted killings of our people that dates back to the 1940s and 1960s that forced our forebearers, Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, the Ikemba Nnewi, and his deputy, General Phillips Effiong, to initiate steps for self-preservation of our people following senseless massacre of our people in northern Nigeria. The recent and ongoing invasion of Nigeria by Fulanis and jihadists from other countries and associated slaughter of indigenous people and apparent inability of Nigerian government to do anything about it have created a new kind of existential threat that we must all work together to confront. When our leader was taken, on 19 June 2021, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our Onyendu, was illegally kidnapped in Kenya and renditioned to Nigeria by the Nigerian Fulani government. Since then, the Nigerian government has kept him in solitary confinement despite his ailing health and 2 court judgments for him to be released. Let us all spare a thought for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our Onyendu, who still remains languishing in the DSS dungeon in Nigeria. When our leader, Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, was taken, millions of Biafrans were hopeless and without direction. It was chaotic. We were at our lowest moment and in despair. One man stepped up. One man restored our hope. One man tried to build Biafra. That man is our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Njoko, the Obatobie, the finisher. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Our Prime Minister, Obatobie, he refused to give up on this cause, and today we are here to make our freedom a reality. Thanks to your leadership, our Obatobie, we can all see the finishing line in sight. Indeed, you are the finisher. Obatobie is the finisher. We stand here in the peaceful nation of Finland. How many of you know they had to fight their own wars to freedom? I live in another country famous for being peaceful, Switzerland. But how many of you know the Swiss had to fight for their freedom too? All around the world, people fight for their survival and well-being. And they should. We Biafrans must also fight for our own freedom. Our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Onyendu famously said, we have crossed the Rubicon, and that's why we are here. So it is time for all of us to step up, all of us to have hope, and all of us to build Biafra. Thank you very much, Biafrans, and the friends of Biafra. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Imam Madabum. We are at lunchtime, and we must keep. So, we call on Honorable Boniface and the entire team of the Brigi Culture and Tourism Department to dance us to lunch. Honorable Boniface, take the stage.
Almost hell Biafra. Biafra, I help thee. Yes, sir. Our journey to freedom, to independence is here. I know we all are happy. That is why the Culture and Tourism Department, they are here to add flavor to our happiness. I wish to appreciate everybody seated down here, starting from Onyendu to all of us, our Prime Minister and all the cabinet members, all the Brigade cabinet members seated here, and all officials. I appreciate you all. In a special way, I want to appreciate every member of Culture and Tourism Department, especially our leader, Honorable Bishop Dr. Comfort, for her doggedness and every good work she has been doing for the cultural group. I appreciate all the leaders of that culture and tourism group I appreciate all of you, and I appreciate all the members for all the trainings, for all the rehearsals, for every time you dedicated to make sure that today is a reality. This is a tip of the iceberg. After the welcome song, there are other programs that the department will present to continue to entertain us. So I would like us to sit tight, relax, and watch us as they render the welcome song. Ndewono. Ebon. Please permit me to call on our leader, Honorable Bishop Dr. Comfort, to come and usher the Culture and Tourism Department officially. Thank you.
I thank every one of you for being patient. It's not easy to put Biafran song or music and dancing steps together. It's not easy. So, at the end of the day, you shall be fully entertained.
Oneme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume. Oneme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume. Oneme ya. Oneme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume. Ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume. Ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume. Kone chai neme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume. Ọ na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume. Ọ na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume. Ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume. Ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume ka ọ na-eme. Onye ike na-eme ya ọ na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume. Ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume. Ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume ka ọ na-eme. Ọ na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume. Eze anyị na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume. Anyị na-eme ọ na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume. Ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume. Ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume ka ọ na-eme. Onye eze na-eme ọ na-eme ọ na-eme. Onye ọma Jizọs ọ na-eme onye na-adịghị ekwe omume. Nwoke obiọma ọ na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume. Ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume. Ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume ka ọ na-eme. Ọ na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume. Chi anyị na-eme ọ na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume. Onye ọma na-eme ya ọ na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume. Ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume. Ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume ka ọ na-eme. Chi anyị na-eme ọ na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume. Onye nwe m na-eme ọ na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume. Papa na-eme ya ọ na-eme Chukwu okike na-eme ọ na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume etigwe na-eme ya ọ na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume nna m na-eme ya ọ na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume ka ọ na-eme ya ọ na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume chi anyị na-eme ya ọ na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume nna anyị na-eme ya ọ na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume ka ọ na-eme eze na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume papa anyị na-eme ya ọ na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume onye ukwu na-eme ya ọ na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume ka ọ na-eme ọ na-eme ya ọ na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume eze anyị na-eme ọ na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume onye okike ọ na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume ka ọ na-eme chi anyị na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume eze anyị na-eme ya ọ na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume papa anyị na-eme ya ọ na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume ka ọ na-eme o mewo ya ọ na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe eze na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe okike na-eme ya ọ na-eme
ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume ka ọ na-eme
The zoo must fall. We move.
Hello, hello. Hello.
All hail! All hail! We move.
Onabiala, 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 Onabiala.
Ndị nna na ndị nne anyị na-asị unu Onabiala. Ndị ọchịchị Biafra ekene Onabiala. Ya na ụmụ okorobịa anyị na-asị unu Onabiala. Odogwu nwoke Simon Ekpa ụmụọma anyị ihe na-ahụ onye ndị maazị Nnamdi Kanu ọramadike darụrị nne ọrọbịara ije n'obodo Finland dị na Solo Onabiala. Nne nna na ndị nne anyị na Solo Onabiala. Ndị Biafra ekene Onabiala. Ụmụ okorobịa na ụmụ agbọghọbịa anyị na Solo Onabiala. Odogwu nwoke Simon Ekpa ụmụọma anyị imeela Nnamdi Kanu ọramadike darụrị nne ọrọbịara ije n'obodo Finland anyị na Solo Onabiala. n'ụbọchị taa ebelebe ga-ewu n'ụbọchị ndị a ụmụ Biafra gbakọtanụ n'afụfụ anyị agwụsiwo ọ ga-akpọtụ n'ụbọchị taa ebelebe ga-ewu n'ụbọchị ndị a ụmụ Biafra gbakọtanụ n'afụfụ anyị agwụsiwo ọ ga-akpọtụ n'ụbọchị taa ebelebe ga-egbu n'ụbọchị ndị a ụmụ Biafra gbakọtanụ n'afụfụ anyị agwụsiwo ịba ṅụrụ ịba ka anyị gbara ịba ịgwọ ọṅụ ka anyị ṅụrụ ịba ka anyị gbara ịba ịgwọ ọṅụ ka anyị ṅụrụ ịba ka anyị gbara ịba ịgwọ ọṅụ maka gịnị Chukwu okike abịa ma zawanye ekpere gịnị Chukwu okike abịa ma gọzie anyị mmeri gịnị Chukwu okike abịa ma gọzie anyị agọzi ka anyị ṅụrụ ịba ka anyị gbara ịba ịgwọ ọṅụ ka anyị ṅụrụ ịba ka anyị gbara ịba ịgwọ ọṅụ ka anyị ṅụrụ ịba ka anyị gbara ịba ịgwọ maka gịnị Chukwu okike abịa ma zawanye ekpere gịnị Chukwu okike abịa ma enye ewu anyị mmeri gịnị Chukwu okike abịa ma gọzie anyị agọzi
Emene Biafra n'ụla Finland kpọmijanụ kpọmakarelo
Nitoiteye nitoy kamoko mufo eri anyị ni Biafra sosoro Iye dodu samo wabokia Wakibagogo ibikodo ne esa ikodo ne afema ikodo ne ide wayabokia wakibagogo ruta Biafra orene ogogogo maamia o Biafra kwetu enu Biafra kwetu enu Biafra biala anya biala anya wego mmeri Chukwu okike bịa mazaga anya ekpere ndị ndụ ekpere Chineke ekpere Biafra ekpere Maazị Nnamdi Kalu ekpere Maazị Simon Ekpa ekpere Ojukwu ekpere Lefio Chukwu okike Ekomdo, memere komdi dino Biafra o, ekamiyetemi, Biafra dio ewaidi jidamima, ididatie, mbo ekomdo, mamade, iden mamade, iban mamade, iya.
Anya Owa, my people. Idoma say, Anya Owa, my people. Alugwaye.
Uraba Isaka Miliwado. Biafra Miliwado. Finland Miliwado. Biafra Agonana. Orizana. Akbaru Bawaki. Iflandi. All I have money with Biafra Lune. Biafra. Biafra Orire. Kazawo Yorobare. Biafra. Wado.
We welcome all you Biafrans and all the great friends of Biafra gathered today in this great occasion. You are welcome. Kaboom, kaboom, airborne. We move.
Kaingoriba, kaibariba egwongo. Kaingoriba, kaibariba egwongo. Kaingoriba, kaibariba egwongo. Kaingoriba, kaibariba egwongo. Maka gini, Chukwu okike bịa ma zawanye ekpere gini. Chukwu okike bịa Biama gozi wanya gozi kai ngoriba ngoriba kai bariba egwango 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 makakini chukwa kikadama ka wanye berekini chukwa kikadama nye wanye berekini chukwa kikadama gozi wanya gozi kai ngoriba ngoriba kai bariba egwango 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 kai ngoriba ngoriba kai ngoriba ngoriba Ebeika onote Biafra agamarapo Biafra galebo zogabere agamarapo Biafra galebo zogabere Biafra galebo Ebeika onote Ebeika onote Biafra Biafra galebo zogabi agamarapo Biafra galebo zogabire Biafra galebo Ebeika onote
Biafra
Ebeika onote agamarapo Biafra galebo zogabere agamarapo Biafra galebo zogabere Biafra galebo oh mokore bemo yele nuna oh mabagi bemo yele nuna Ebeika onote Biafra Ebeika no na na o Biafra galebo zogabere agamarapo galebo zogabere Biafra gade oh mokore bemo oh mabagi bemo Ebeika onote Biafra Ebeika onote agagarapo Biafra galebo zogabi agagarapo Biafra galebo zogabi Biafra gade oh mokore bemo oh mabagi bemo Ebeika onote Biafra Ebeika onote Biafra agamarapo Biafra galebo zogabi agamarapo Biafra galebo zogabi Biafra garden oh mokore bemo ikele oh mabagi bemo oh nde na o ikele benuna Ebeika onote Biafra Ebeika no na na o agamarapo galebo zogabi agamarapo Biafra galebo zogabi Biafra garden oh mokori bemo oh mabagi bemo Ebeika no na na o Ebeika no na na o agamarapo galebo zogabi agamarapo galebo zogabi Biafra garden Ebeika yina na o Ebeika yina na o agamarapo Biafra galebo zogabi agamarapo Biafra galebo zogabi Biafra garden oh mokori bemo oh mabagi bemo Ebeika anyisi Ebeika yina na o agamarapo galebo zogabi agamarapo galebo zogabi Biafra garden oh mokori bemo Oh, my buggy bemo. Ebeka anyise. Ebeka nyina na o. Agamarapo. Ganebaza. Agamarapo. Ganebaza. Biafra garden. Oh, my curry bemo. Oh, my buggy bemo. Ebeka nyina na o. Ebeka anyise. Agamarapo. Ganebaza. Agamarapo. Ganebaza. Biafra garden. Oh, mokore bemo. Oh, my baggy bemo. Ebeka anyise.
Biafra.
Ebeka yinana o. Biafra. Agamarapo. Biafra. Ganebaza. Agamarapo. Biafra. Ganebaza. Biafra garden. Oh, mokore bemo. Oh, my body bemo. Ebeka anyise. Ebeka yinana o. Agamarapo. Oh, ganebaza. Agamarapo. Oh, ganebaza. Biafra garden. Oh, mokore bemo. Oh, my baggy bemo. Ebeka anyise. Ebeka yinana o. Agamarapo. Biafra ganebaza. Agamarapo. Biafra ganebaza. Biafra garden. Oh, mokori bemo. Oh, my baggy bemo. Ebeka anyise. Ebeka anyise. Agamarapo. Ganebaza. Agamarapo. Biafra ganebaza. Biafra garden do. Biafra garden do. Ebeka onote. Ebeka yinana o. Agamarapo. Ganebaza. Agamarapo. Ganebaza. Biafra garden do. Biafra garden do.
Okay. All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. Thank you so much to the Brigi Culture and Tourism Department. Thank you. This was lovely. A lovely welcome song. Are we hungry yet? Are we hungry?
As quickly as possible.
All right. Lunch is ready. And we are 7 minutes late to lunch. Lunch ends exactly at 2:15 p.m. So as we walk to lunch, we will use the Giant of Africa by our brother that is supposed to be here, but he's not because of visa issues. M. Josh, Giant of Africa. Thank you.
Absolutely empty. And today we have come to do justice to the mess that it has become. We must therefore hand over our proceedings to the Most High, and in so doing, invite the Spirit of Heaven to take charge of what we are doing here today, because it is pivotal. And we must pray in the language of heaven, of course. Chineke na nke pụrụ ime ihe niile, Chukwu okike abịa bụ onye mmụọ na mmadụ na-efe. Onye ike niile dị n'ọbadara aka ya. onye mmụọ na mmadụ na-efe ọ bụ naanị gị bụ okike mmalite na ọgwụgwụ bụ nke naanị gị ọ bụla dị na ndị mmụọ ozi na-agba oche eze gị okirikiri eze ebube dị ngọzi ha wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị wee na-akpụ isi ala nye gị ọ bụla dị ndị okenye oru 2 na 4 bụ ndị na-atụ mkpọ ọlaedo wee na-asị na ịdị nsọ Chineke ha sị na ịdị nsọ Chineke ha sị na ịdị nsọ Chineke lekwa ka ebube gị si wee sachie ihe niile nke gị kere eke n'ihi na ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye kere ihe niile nke mmadụ dị ndụ na-ahụ anya ma nke ọ na-apụghị ịhụ anya mana nwe onye kere gị ọ bụ ya mere ndị Igbo ji wee na-eto ha na-akpọghị ọka aka ọ bụ naanị gị bụ ọka ome ntụkwasị obi anyị niile bụ m n'obi anyị niile bụ n'ebe nọ nna nke ebere dị ngọzi anyị wee na-arịọ gị ka ị gwara amara gị na ọmịiko ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị ngọzi gị nke pụrụ iche wee leta ndị gị n'ihi na ọ bụ ụmụ oru gị ka anyị bụ nna nke ebere dị ngọzi anyị enweghị chi ọzọ ewezụga gị anyị anaghị efe arụsị anyị anaghị akpụ isi ala wee nye ihe ọbụla mmadụ nwaanyị nwụrụ anwụ nna nke ebere dị ngọzi ọ bụ naanị gị ka anyị na-efe n'ihi na ndị ọbụla pụtara ife gị eze ebere dị ngọzi ga-efe gị n'ime mmụọ na eziokwu a sụghị ngọ atụghị egwu mmadụ ọbụla onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe ka isi wee nọnyere ndị Igbo wee gọzie ha ka ọgbọ nke ugbu a si wee na-arịọ gị onye nwe m na Chineke nna bụ n'igwe na anyị apụghị ife gị n'obodo ekwensị bụ zuu Naijiria anyị ga-etigheta azụ n'ụzọ ndị Igbo wee kpọkuo gị eze ebube dị ngọzi ka amara gị na ebere gị wee jupụta n'ime ndụ anyị ka o si wee jupụta n'ihe nke ebe gị eke nna nke ebere dị ngọzi n'ihi na ọ bụ ọlụ aka ka mgbara igwe na-egosi ewee na-etughị usu niile nke ndị agha anyanwụ na kpakpando na-erubere gị isi ọnwa na-akpụ isi ala nye gị ọ bụ ọnọdụ nyere ha ka ha nọ n'uweru ụbọchị nketa nna nke ebere dị ngọzi wee na-arịọ gị wee na-akpọkụ wee na-acha gị mma na-asị gị biko bịa ka wee gbasa ozi nsọ nke gị n'ụwa niile na-ege ntị nna nke ebere dị ngọzi ka ọ ga-abụ na ikpete masị ma ebie nye anyị Biafra nna nke ebere anyị ga-akpụ isi ala wee nye wee gọzie gị wee jaa gị mma ma too gị site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi ise mma mmadụ gị Chineke. We must preach this very gospel, and as we do so, we must do it in truth and in every honesty. This very day we have come to do justice to the decaying, dying zoological republic. If you don't have your pen and paper, you are doing yourself a great deal of disservice. Go and get your pen and paper, and as I've always said, wherever Alamajri is Janjaweed or Aboki, you bring your slate and you bring your chalk. As we delve into the depth of analysis and philosophical postulates, I would expect you to be mastering your alphabets from A to Z, because had a majority of those in the northern part of the zoo been sensible, had our Yoruba brethren in the West been slightly brave with the grace that God has given them with media, we won't be where we are today. But the zoo is a mess. Anybody who is unfortunate to be part of the zoo is now a laughingstock all over the world. Mankind is laughing at us. And the sooner we bring the miserable existence of the zoo to an end, the better for everybody. The better for everybody. And that's why we're here this evening. You must pay attention. Very close attention. It is very, very critical that you pay attention. I will take off my glasses and I will have a sip of water before we proceed. We are living through an era of Fulani infamy. Never in the history of governance. The last time what is happening now in the zoo ever occurred in the annals of history was in Spain in the Dark Ages. I did not say the age of it, I said in the Dark Ages. There's a man called El Cid. The Spanish were fighting the Arabs, the Moors. He was a great warrior. He led Spain into battle. He won famous victories over the Arabians, over the Moors. Some of you don't know that the reason why Italians have black hair, It's basically the Latinos, which is Portugal, Spain, and Italy. The reason why they have black hair is because they are a mixture of Europeans and Arabs. That's why they have black hair, unlike the Swedish, the Germans, and the rest of them. The Arabs were there for nearly 400 years. And when it was time to push the Arabs out, Spain raised the hero. His name is El Cid. The Arabs call him El Cid. E-L space C-I-D. That was a very famous movie by that name, starring Charleston Heston, if you know him. A very famous Hollywood actor. I recommend you go and watch it. That is exactly what the Fulanis are doing. Do you know what happened? El Cid died in battle. He had an arrow shot through his heart. He died. And when they brought him back to the castle, the wife said that he must rise and ride with the king the next day. He was dead. Why did it? Was because if the Arabs know that El Cid is coming to battle, they will become weakened and the Spanish can overrun them. In order to maintain that myth, El Cid that was dead was propped up on his horse, his armor put on him, and he rode into battle. A dead man on a horse riding into battle. So that when the Arabs saw his flag, his banner and his armor, they fled. And the Spanish won the war because of the fear of a dead man. That is what the Fulanis are doing. I recommend after this program you go and look for the movie and you watch it. El Cid. It was a Hollywood blockbuster in those days. We are living through an era of Fulani infamy, an era of shame and of disgrace, an era where a little boy, barely 30 years old, can be brought out in broad daylight, not hidden. They didn't even disguise it this time around to try and get a better mask to put on him, at least to try to convince, or should I say deceive, the gullible 200 million that Buhari is alive. They shamelessly brought out this boy, put him in front of a camera, and television stations, those who claim they are learned, those who claim they're educated, they all sat there watching this charade, watching this disgrace unfold before the whole world. None of them felt any shame, no trepidation, because people are now living through a culture of unprecedented impunity. They do anything they like and they can get away with it. And that is why what is happening is happening. And when I was actually going through the whole nonsense as it was playing out, it occurred to me, rather very sadly, that Africans and the black race in particular is a deficit on this very earth. I said this evening, I'm not going to compromise. I am going to tell you the truth. You may not like it, but I will preach it all the same. An 80-year-old man in broad daylight became a 30-year-old, not even 40, 30 years old. Everybody saw it. And I know that what is giving some people comfort is that body double is not a new thing. It's been existing in history. In every political era, they've had body doubles. I understand, I respect that. But no body double ever addressed the people. No body double ever signed any treaty. No body double ever signed any undertaking or entered into an agreement on behalf of the country that is impersonating their president. In Africa, our education and our morals are highly flawed. This is a country supposedly of 200 million people. You have imams, you have pastors, you have bishops, you have archbishops, you have custodians of morality, you have those who are commentators, you have analysts, you have journalists, and you have the elders. All these people lay claim to one degree of relevance or the other based on what they perceive to be their place in that very society, be it age, be it by profession, be it by prowess, be it by pedigree. Call it whatever you like. in a country of 200 million people, a little boy was brought out shamelessly to represent somebody they claim that they voted for. I told you this before, that there is something wrong with an average Nigerian. Yorubas are very good, the Hausa people are very good, the Nupes, the TVs, the Bachamas, just the Waris, everybody is very good. The Igbos, very good. On their own, they're very good. As soon as you bring them together, you see the worst in each and every ethnic group. It's like chemistry. There are some substances or elements that in isolation they're doing very well. In isolation, there's nothing wrong. Anytime you see any combustion in nature, anytime you witness any volatility in nature, anytime there is a problem even in nature, let's say with the preparation of, say, sulfuric acid, it is the mixture of more than one chemical. When they begin to react on their own, they are all normal, very docile, nothing happens. But if you mix them together, things will begin to happen. There's something about Nigeria. Nigeria is a very terrible experiment that has gone wrong somewhere. And if you put all these people together in one cage, in one basket, you get the worst of each tribe. Every tribe becomes a ravenous creature. Every tribe loses its conscience. That is why the Fulani people can perpetrate this level of fraud. And nobody's talking. Because there is something fundamentally wrong with us as black people. And it is quite instructive that at a time when the whole world is campaigning to get rid of racism, when the whole world, in other words, is trying to take a leap forward in terms of respect for humanity and respectable human interaction, at such a very pivotal time in history, what are we witnessing in Nigeria? A return to the Dark Ages. A return to the Dark Ages. And who are the people responsible for this? The Fulani. The same people, the same people all the time. The same people all the time. They are responsible for this. What we are encountering right now is a despicable behavior that is beneath contempt itself. Beneath contempt. I am trying to build, as I always do, a foundation upon which I am going to rest this very broadcast today, that the world may know that we are actually very... Whites are listening. The whole world is listening. They know how foolish we are. And I'm going to make them even realize it the more. I am going to make them realize it the more. And you'll be shocked this evening as to what you are about to hear. Those who are handling this whole fake Buhari saga, it was Abba Kyari. After I told you it was Abba Kyari. When he died, our Yoruba friends now started saying he was a de facto president. When Abba Kyari died, I told you that Aisha had taken over. I told you. What happened? Aisha took over. I told that Osinbajo was missing. What happened? What is happening today? Have you heard from him live? It's all Photoshop after Photoshop. Deepfake video after deepfake video. They don't know how determined we are. Before I started campaigning that Osinbajo was missing, I knew where he was. As I said, I can never ask you a question that I don't have the answer to. I knew where Osinbajo was in that place called Banana Island. They will be shocked this evening. Osinbajo's aunt died in Ikeja. Osinbajo attended that when he ran away from Aso-Rock, attended that very ceremony. So as they were issuing fake videos, Osinbajo was not in Aso-Rock. He was in Lagos, living in Banana Republic. Oh no, Banana Island, not Republic. Of course, it might as well be a republic. Osinbajo attended the aunt's funeral. And I will tell them where that funeral, where the aunts used to live. Arowo Jobe, in Ikeja, after Mafuluku. Arowo Jobe. If you're traveling from Oshodi itself and you're going towards, what's the president called 911 or whatever it is, there is a junction you get to, Arojobe, before you get to a place called Ogonloko. I know that place very well. Inside the estate called Arojobe Estate, Osibajo was there. He came with a black Mercedes Maybach and 2 Hilux vans full of security personnel. After attending that very function, or should I say condoling with the family of his aunt, that somebody they took as their mother anyway, when his mother passed on, he went back to Banana Island, not in Asorok. Osibajo is not there. And do you know the reason why I've been saying that Osibajo is there and the Yorubas are not talking? It's because they know where he is. This is the type of country that you have, where people approach every national discourse from a parochial viewpoint. You must defend your people. You must defend your interest. Is that how to build a country? Is that how to build a nation, I ask? Why must we live in an era when we feel comfortable lying to ourselves? Everybody knows that Nigeria is not working. Everybody knows that. We know that. You know that, and I know that it's not working. But rather than confront that very problem the same way that whites are doing, whites are disgusted.
Statements about our freedom. The challenges we face are still enormous, but one thing is clear. Because our angels, Biafra Defense Forces and resistance fighters, have discharged their duties with utmost professionalism, the oppressors have realized they can't kill their way out of our quest for freedom. Their ploy to deceive the people with fake restructuring and state creation will not work. You all remember, we've been asking for restructuring for ages and Nigeria have refused. Now that our PM has risen up, they now want regional government. Not for us anymore. None of these ploys will bring back the thousands of Biafrans the Nigeria state have killed just for carrying flags or on mere suspicion of being an indigenous people of Biafra membership. Just for being an IPOB, just for being a Biafran, Nigeria murders our people in the thousands. Many families have been rendered childless, motherless, and or fatherless by the Nigeria state. Many people have had their homes and businesses burnt or destroyed by Nigeria state. Many more people have died as a result of secondary effects of the pain and suffering we have had to endure in the hands of the Nigerian state. My fellow Biafrans, as I look back over 3 years since the abduction and extraordinary rendition of our leader, Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, MNK, and the severe suffering this act brought onto our people, I am saddened, Onyendu Mazi, by the extreme cruelty the Nigerian state has unleashed on our people. We have endured a lot and stand to endure even more, underscoring our resolve to attain our inalienable God-given right to existence, freedom, pursuit of happiness and livelihood. Biafrans are begging to live. We are begging to live. Not anymore. Not anymore. The Nigerian state has been anything but an impediment to all these ideals. Hence our resolve to exit the enclave that has never been more urgent than now. I salute the courage of Biafrans in the homeland who have borne the brunt of Nigeria's state-sponsored cruelty, particularly those that have paid the ultimate price and their families. To the Biafrans in diaspora, I cannot thank you enough for standing up for your compatriots and being a source of hope for the defenseless people in the homeland who are victims in many respects, including loss of our collective wealth to a select privileged few who then turn around and denigrate the people as miscreants. This sorry state of the enclave is the primary inspiration for MK's fight for the freedom for our people, on realization that a fix within the current enclave and its institutions is impossible. In this regard, we initiated a self-referendum voting for our people to decide whether or not they support Biafra independence from Nigeria. This voting process started on February 1st, 2024, and ran through November 28, 2024. The voting just ended, the referendum. The full results will be out in the next 2-3 weeks to the world. The participation was massive, with approximately 50 million votes cast. The results of the self-referendum will be released later in the next 1 or 2 weeks. Once again, I welcome you to the most beautiful and most hospitable city, Lahti, Finland. Thank you so much.
All right. All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. Thank you, COS. Now we call on Honorable Dr. Bryson Okeoma to read the declaration document.
It's projected, right? I will read on the screen.
You want it on the screen?
On the screen, yeah.
Okay.
Can they play music while we... Biafrans, thank you very much for your presence here. I want to recognize our leader, Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. I want also to recognize our Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Ekpan Joko. They have given our people hope. They saw the tribulations our people are passing through, and they have done the needful. We are fortunate to have a prophet in the name of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, who everybody testifies that everything he had prophesied had happened. In the same or comparable capacity, our Prime Minister has promised a lot of things, and pretty much everything he has promised, he has delivered, including this day. The Declaration Committee met severally and documented all our grievances, and I have their mandate to read them today for you, for everyone present here to endorse. So without wasting your time, This is the Declaration of Restoration of Independent United States of Biafra. Today is November 29th, 2024, here in Lahti, Finland. We, the officials of Biafra Republic government in exile, Biafra de facto government in the homeland, and the delegates from across the world representing the constituent states of the United States of Biafra, who collectively and individually advocate for self-preservation of our people in the face of unrivaled genocidal onslaught by Nigeria government against our people in Nigeria and the 40 states of the United States of Biafra, have gathered here in Lahti, Finland, this day, November 29, 2024, to make the following declarations. Whereas we have endured political marginalization, economic deprivation, periodic massacre of Biafra people within Biafra land and across Nigeria since the 1914 amalgamation and creation of Nigeria. Whereas we have endured all this in hope that one day things would be better. Even the initial declaration of an independent state of Biafra and the 13-month civil war in which more than 5 million of our compatriots perished was not enough to steer Nigeria towards that elusive, inclusive, and prosperous future. Rather, despite its false claim of no victor, no vanquished, and false promises of the Triple R, which refers to reconciliation, rehabilitation, and reconstruction, the Nigeria government constantly pursued a winner-takes-it-all policy discernibly reflective of a master-slave relationship. We have endured all this with so much reluctance to complain. We have resorted to self-help and strived to provide for ourselves basic necessities of life that ordinarily governments across the world provide for their citizens. We have carried on in the face of unimaginable hardship until our very existence became threatened beyond human tolerance limits. In 1999, we started nonviolent agitation with flags. Instead of sending negotiators to address our agitation, the Nigeria government resorted to systematic killings of our people, aiming to exterminate all the agitators and killing tens of thousands of Biafrans in the process, and harvesting the organs of thousands of those they abducted. Nigeria government intensified its widespread massacre of Biafra people under the Fulani-controlled government of Muhammadu Buhari in 2015 and has continued since then. Our leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu escaped assassination when Nigeria military invaded his home on September 17, 2017, an invasion that left 28 other Biafrans dead. 3 years later, Nigeria went as far as abducting our leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya and renditioning him to Nigeria in June 2021, and has detained him in solitary confinement for more than 3 years now
despite 2 Nigeria court judgments and a United Nations work group on arbitrary detention mandating his release with compensation. These ongoing brutalities against our people serve as frequent reminder that the war that supposedly ended in 1970 never really ended. In response to the various shades of existential threats Nigeria is presenting to the people of Biafra, and out of the natural law of self-defense and consistent with the United Nations and African Union charters on people's right to self-defense, we started carrying arms officially in 2022. Now, therefore, to protect ourselves from government-sponsored violence, we have reached an incontrovertible conclusion that self-determination and self-governance are the only viable permanent solutions against ongoing violence orchestrated by the Nigeria state against the indigenous people of Biafra, and both give us state power to protect ourselves from external aggression such as invasion by Fulanis from other countries, which Nigeria is not preventing but facilitating. On the basis of these and many more grievances listed hereunder, and knowing fully well that we are a group of people confronting several extenuating circumstances that collectively make our people an endangered species, and knowing fully well that the only means for our collective survival is self-preservation and self-determination, we are taking these steps to declare the restoration of the independence of the United States of Biafra, also known as the Confederating States of Biafra. Before independence in 1960, population distribution in Nigeria conformed to global trends, in which population centers are in lower elevation regions with better climate and easy access to water, food, and shelter. In 1960, Nigeria was comprised of 3 supposedly equal regions: North with 14 provinces, East with 12 provinces, and West with 9 provinces. This meant that the North had 14 provinces, while the South had 21 provinces. However, after independence, and with political power in the hands of unscrupulous elements from the North, the geopolitical distortion began in the most senseless manners. Nigeria became a country where human settlements violated laws of nature, with outrageous claims that more people live in the hot, arid north than the mild coastal south. Gradual and arbitrary creation of states by mainly military leaders from the north over the years resulted in the north today having 19 states and 414 local government areas, while the south has 17 states and 355 local government areas. This distortion in the geopolitical structure of Nigeria has been used to politically and economically marginalize the people of Biafra. Because the number of states and local governments are directly used for political representation and revenue allocation to the disadvantage of the South, even though as much as 90% of the resources sustaining Nigeria come from oil and gas resources in Biafra land. Distortions in geopolitical structure, resource control, religious incompatibility, and a larger ambition by the Fulani oligarchy to make Nigeria a Fulani country are at the core of instability and insecurity in Nigeria. And all avenues by indigenous people to seek redress have been met with brute force. Such brute force has resulted in military invasion of numerous communities in Biafra land and indiscriminate killings of people in those communities at genocidal scale. For example, Section 1 of the Biafra Declaration Handbook captures several of the Nigeria government-sponsored killings in the hinterland of the United States of Biafra, also called the Southeast, as well as the South-South. Notably, Ezu River massacre under Governor Peter Obi, Onisha Mpo massacre under Governor Obiano, Obaru massacres under Governor Soludo, Obibo massacre under Governor Wike, Ohafia and Aba massacres, including 150 youths praying at Ngwa High School and another hundreds of innocent Biafrans on a parade in Aba, as well as the invasion of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu's home that left at least 28 people dead under Governor Ikpeazu. Also, widespread Ebonyi massacres under Governor Umahi, widespread Enugu massacres under Governor Ugwuanyi, widespread Imo massacres, including repeated invasions of Izombe, Olo, Osu, under Governor Zodimma. Nigeria terrorist forces also unleashed mayhem and killed hundreds of Biafrans who were celebrating in Port Harcourt Donald Trump's victory in the 2016 US presidential election. In all days, tens of thousands of Biafrans have been killed. But the coastal regions of Biafra have also not been spared in these killings, and more than 4,000 people were killed between 1999 and 2024. In particular, Ode massacre in 1999, Kwale massacres in 1999, and ongoing Ozoro Ole massacres 1999, 2003, Uweru massacres 2021 to 2023, Okuama massacre 2024, Olodiama massacre 2024, and not to forget one of the worst recorded massacres in human history in Asaba, 1967-70. Also, the eastern flank of Biafra, covering former Cross River and Akwa Ibom states, has its record of Nigeria government-sponsored killings, including in 2021 when Nigeria military invaded the following communities with substantial loss of lives: Afahat, Ekot Apan, Okan, Owa, Ekot Afanga, Ntok Nsek, Ekot Upon Eto, Ekot Otu, Ekot Obok, Ntak Ekot Akan, and some other communities. Since after the 2021 invasion, the military has maintained presence there and are frequently abducting people, killing them, harvesting their organs, snatching people's wives, and raping our women. They maintain checkpoints where travelers must disembark from their vehicles with arms raised while passing the checkpoint on foot. This pattern of military and police intimidation is commonplace in the whole of Biafra land. It beats our imagination how people's lives can be devalued this much in one's native country. In contrast, There has never been military invasion of communities in northern Nigeria, just as there are rarely communal clashes in the north, unlike the south. Because of Nigeria government's divide and rule strategy in the south, several communities are separated from historical alliances and forced into new ones, often with poorly defined boundaries. Such machinations by the Nigeria government have been responsible for the spate of boundary-inspired communal clashes in Biafra land, which is relatively absent in the north. The United States of Biafra will reunite communities along natural and historical boundaries and bring an end to boundary disputes. Aside from killings directly conducted by Nigeria government, various Fulani-affiliated terrorist groups such as Boko Haram, ISWAP, Fulani herdsmen, in their desire to displace indigenous people and take over their lands, are invading communities and slaughtering them in a scale never seen before. For example, many Fulani installed kings and political appointees forcefully seize indigenous people's lands and transfer the lands to Fulanis. The Oba of Benin is reported to have sold in 3 years 1,200 acres of land to Aligoke Dangote, and Dangote trucks are used to ship in Fulani terrorists into these lands, from where the Fulanis operate and unleash terror in the neighboring communities and the entire coastal region, especially in Eka State, former Delta State, where the kidnappers in Eka land come from Benin, former Edo State. The Fulani terrorists and kidnappers in Awo, in Abovo County, reportedly will make you cook for them, cook for the terrorists, and have you watch them rape your wife in order to spare your life. And you have to pay 5 million naira for them to release your wife to you. Furthermore, kidnapping and rape by Fulani herdsmen in several communities in Delta State like Ibide and Avre in Isoko have been reported. Such attacks have contributed to farmers not being able to access their net lands, resulting in widespread hunger and poverty. Repeated attacks by Fulani terrorists and killer herdsmen in 2001, 2010, and 2023, and early part of 2024 in Uweru Kingdom in Urobo Isoko led to over 300 persons losing their lives. In the eastern flank of the United States of Biafra, Fulani terrorists are operating unchallenged as they have established terrorist cells at Obanliku, Obudu, Bumaji, Ogoja, Akampa, Mbak, which they renamed Nasarawa, Bogobri, where they sell human parts of those they killed, particularly those that are unable to pay ransoms. Often the military is accused of complicity or in the minimum unwilling to prevent or stop these atrocities from happening. It was on the account of this that General T.Y. Danjuma famously said that the military colludes with the invading terrorists, and that if we wait for the military to protect us, we would all die. And he consequently asked indigenous people to explore opportunities for self-defense. And that's what we are doing. We are not committing terrorism. Rather, we are defending ourselves against terrorism. And Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not inciting violence and is not committing terrorism. Rather, he was sensitizing his people against terrorist threats. In the same vein, our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa is not committing terrorism, rather he is defending his people against terrorism. I stand here to say that all over the world, killing people is called homicide, and it's a crime. But in Nigeria, Fulanis are killing people all over the country. They are committing homicide, but the Nigerian government doesn't treat their killings as homicide. Rather, they give them all manner of entitlement, okay? Rather, what they treat as terrorism is you defending yourself. So, Nigeria government wants you to let Fulani kill you. In fact, they want you to bend your neck so that when Fulani strikes you once, your head falls off. And we said we wouldn't do that. And because of that, we are hell-bent defending ourselves against terrorism, including against Britain. Okay? BBC interviewed Ahmadu Bello in 1964. And if you listen to that interview, you will see that Nigeria was never one country. And Britain forcing us to be in the same country is exercising futility. Since the April 14, 2014 abduction of the Chibok girls and Nigeria government's refusal to rescue the girls, Boko Haram and other Fulani invaders have acted with so much impunity, leaving extreme savagery in their trail. October 30, 2024, the press reports that Fulani invaders have taken over the largest Nigerian military training camp in the north. There is no word yet from the government. Even the blind can see the game plan. As Nigeria deployed its military down south, foreign invaders overrun the north. The entirety of the confederating states of Biafra have come to the realization that without state autonomy, it is impossible for us to exercise full control over our land, which makes it easy for grabbing by invading terrorist headers who, despite being armed, also enjoy protection from the military if indigenous people are to confront them. The political and economic marginalization of people of Biafra are well documented in sections 1 and 2 of the Biafra Declaration Handbook, and a few of them are listed here. The section titled Man's Inhumanity to Man, Nigeria's 1999 Constitution, a travesty, narrates how Nigeria's exclusive list is a grand plan to dispossess us of our natural inheritance. It is noteworthy that while the Nigeria government has added every imaginable resource in the South to the exclusive list, comparable resources in the North are left under the control of the North, such that oil, gas, and solid minerals, including salt, in the South are in the exclusive list and therefore under the control of the Nigeria government. Whereas similar resources in the North, for example, gold in Zamfara, is not controlled by the Nigeria government, it is controlled by Zamfara people. While Nigeria government cuts away the proceeds from oil and gas exploration, our people are left to suffer the environmental degradation caused by exploration and production activities and the associated oil spills that have ruined aquatic life, fishing, and access to potable water in the region. Preceding the 1999 Constitution was Abuja 1989 Declaration that set out an Islamic agenda to transform Nigeria into an Islamic state. They sought to make Nigeria a member of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, ensure that Muslims control strategic positions within the country, and ultimately have Nigeria ruled by a president and vice president of the Islamic faith, a feat they have achieved with the 2023 selection and coronation of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Yerima Shetima as president and vice president, respectively. Aside, many indices of religious incompatibility abound and frequently lay bare the deceit of one Nigeria. Times without number, Christians and Biafrans are killed by the Islamists in Nigeria over events that happen outside Nigeria. Notably, Nigeria was the only place in the world where Christians and Biafrans were killed over the US war against Taliban in Afghanistan in 2001. Whereas in other parts of the world, people protesting against the war burnt only American flags and George Bush's effigies. Likewise, a Danish cartoon of Prophet Muhammad in Denmark in September 2005 meant that many more Christians and Biafrans had to be killed by the Islamists in Nigeria. Between 2006 and 2007, hundreds of Biafrans were killed in various Islamist protests against the Danish cartoon of Prophet Muhammad in the north, notably on February 18, 2006 in Maiduguri. Northern states started implementing Sharia law after Nigeria swore in a president of the Christian faith, Olusegun Obasanjo, in 1999. States in the north, led by Zamfara State, started implementing Sharia law in 2000, and by 2002, it quickly spread across the north, and its spread was accompanied by religious violence against Christians, resulting in the massacre of thousands, most of them Biafrans. The Sharia law in the north under Obasanjo was the northern Islamic states' protest over having a Nigeria president of the Christian faith. Obasanjo had promised that Sharia implementation will fade away, rather it has flourished. The North has created Hizbah police to enforce Sharia law. With the enforcement of Sharia, they destroy businesses owned by Christians and Biafrans in the North. Nigeria was founded as a secular state, which it has lost by the impunity of Sharia law in the North and other excesses of their Islamic agenda. Today, they want to make Sharia law a federal law. As the month of October 2024 draws to a close, the Islamists in the National Assembly introduced a bill to make Sharia law a federal law. Despite the turmoil in the country, they are moving full speed with their Fulanization and Islamization agenda and don't give a damn about those resisting their agenda. Also, in many respects, Olusegun Obasanjo created the prevailing political succession challenges in Nigeria when he single-handedly prevented his vice, Atiku Abubakar, from succeeding him in 2007. Obasanjo sponsored someone else, Yar'Adua, who would die only 2 years into his presidency, making the Fulani accuse Obasanjo of knowing that Yar'Adua would die and consequently demanded the presidency returns to the north, even though Yar'Adua's vice, Goodluck Jonathan, constitutionally becomes the president in the event the president vacates the office by death. Given that implementation of Sharia in Nigeria was under a Yoruba president and a Muslim pair also under a Yoruba president, among other things, we can confidently conclude that Yorubas have served as willing tools for Islamizing Nigeria and shortchanging the South. August 23, 2024, as reported by Sahara Reporters, Tinubu government excludes Southeast institutions as NEL Fund publishes student loan disbursement to 19 universities and other higher institutions. Practically excludes both Southeast and South-South, with the exception of University of Benin. Tinubu appears ready to continue with the same pattern of exclusion Biafra territories, particularly the Southeast, suffered under Buhari. Of course, long ago, Ahmadu Bello boasted that any president who is not from the South to rule Nigeria must be employed to fulfill their Islamic agenda. The politics of exclusion of the Southeast and South-South have been common throughout Nigeria's history, and successive governments have pursued it with fervent fervor. But it particularly took a new dimension under the Buhari government. During Buhari's tenure, he borrowed money from international lenders, including 16 trillion naira meant for poverty alleviation, and spent all to the exclusion of the Southeast and South-South. He also created new federal universities, and none of those universities was in the Southeast. Many people recall how the COVID-era palliatives were given to other regions, but not to the Biafra territories of Southeast and South-South. No other group of people in the world can take even 1% of the maltreatment Biafrans have endured in Nigeria. Imagine Yoruba contributing nothing to Nigeria, but in a position deciding who to include or exclude in the scheme of things. Or these shenanigans from Nigeria make our freedom inevitable. What is the value of life if it is so bare and so ridiculously deprived and devalued? In addition to the pain marginalization and religious incompatibility have caused, cultural incompatibility is even as ominous as anything else we have discussed. Many people argue that Fulanis value cattle above and beyond human lives. This was recently a subject of discussion at the Nigeria National Assembly. Such value system has wreaked untold havoc on millions of Nigerians and Biafrans. The Fulani disregard for human lives underlies their propensity to commit genocide at scales not seen in modern human history, which makes it seem like we are reliving the Stone Age again. Hundreds of Biafrans were killed between 1993 and 1998 in northern Nigeria because of Moshood Abiola, who was believed to have won the June 12, 1993 election that was subsequently annulled. Many more Biafrans were also killed when Abacha and Abiola died between June 8 and July 7, 1998. On April the 24th, 2011, more than 1,000 Biafrans were killed after Goodluck Jonathan, a Christian and Biafran, was declared winner of the Nigeria presidential election over Fulani Muhammadu Buhari. Muslim youth went on rampage in northern towns and cities. Among those that died were Obinna Okpokiri, who returned from London to participate in the National Youth Service Corps program and was posted to Bauchi State. Also killed was Eukaria Remi, a 2010 graduate of the University of Nigeria, serving in Damaturu, Yobe State. Several of these Islamist-inspired killings are spread over northern Nigeria and can occur at any time without notice. Other instances include Fulani invasion of communities in Biafra land, including Ehamufu, Izombe, Obanliku, Obudu, Bumaji, Ogoja, Akampa, Mbak, Bogobri, Ibide, Avre, Uweru, and other places, as well as Fulani killings and slaughtering of people who are unable to pay ransom, and in many instances, even after paying ransom. It does not make sense making references to one Nigeria when it is obvious that Nigeria is not one, has never been one, and will never be one. Anybody that listened to Ahmadu Bello and his doctrine of Igbo hate and exclusion as he encapsulated in his notorious interview with the BBC in 1964, which is the template the Fulani has been acting out, as evidenced by Yerima Shetima's late infamous phone call with Ibikunle Amosun, and still thought there was a country called Nigeria or one Nigeria, that still believed the disparaged group belonged together with the disparaging group, must share some responsibility for the avoidable carnage from the forced union of people that have nothing in common. In the north, all Biafrans are identified as Igbo. So when you hear Ahmadu Bello mention Igbo, don't think you are not included because you don't see yourself as Igbo. When it starts happening, the North doesn't separate the man from Monisha from that from Uyo or Aba. Neither do they separate the man from Enugu from the one from Calabar, just as they don't separate the man from Owerri or Port Harcourt from the man from Esan, Warri, or Yenagoa. The North sees all of us as one. They only divide us as a tool to weaken us and cheat us. We cannot be second-class citizens in our native country. We would all embrace diversity if it means live and let live. But this is not the case. Diversity in Nigeria means die so that Fulani may live. They want to kill us and take over our lands. For Fulani to grow their cattle rearing business, they want to ruin our crop growing business. They feed their cattle with our farms, and the Nigerian government does not think that this is unacceptable. They kill us, and the Nigerian government has never made any effort to stop the killing or fish out the killers. Rather, the government goes after anyone with ability to protect his or herself. They say they want to dip their Quran in the Atlantic Ocean, and they are meticulously pursuing that agenda. And nothing will stop them except we will rise up to stop them. Of course, as we are doing. August 26, 2024, reports of new Fulani massacre of indigenous people in Zamfara State, similar to Fulani killings in Plateau State on the eve of Christmas, December 24, 2023. Video on social media shows over 200 people lying dead while the terrorists scream their jihadist lingo, Allahu Akbar, apparently praising their God for killing the people. Hundreds of innocent, defenseless people slaughtered. As usual, no word or speech from the Nigerian president condemning the atrocities or commiserating with the people. The politicians pretend that nothing happened. Nigerians are also indifferent, underscoring colossal lack of value for human life. Nigerians can arrange protests against hunger, but not against senseless loss of life, possibly because Fulani has succeeded in conditioning the country to accept Fulani crimes as normal. Even though this is happening in the north, we have compassion on our fellow indigenous people and must speak out on their behalf. Biafra independence is the only thing that will stop Fulani avowed ambition to kill all of us. September 27, 2024. Biafrans are stunned by the report of Nigeria government's plan to relocate people displaced in the north to Ehimembano in the former Imo State. Nigeria, having failed to protect its citizens from external aggression, now by this act appear to be ceding to the terrorists control of the places they have invaded and displaced indigenous people. Nigeria can deploy its military to regain control of these places and return the displaced people to their ancestral homes. But Nigeria can deploy its military to keep Biafrans resisting the invasion, and now have the effrontery to even think of bringing the so-called displaced people to the region they have until now defamed as being insecure. If you allow these people into Biafra, it will not be long before they would ask for more land. They would want an emir, and they would want Sharia. In other words, whoever that is planning to bring the so-called displaced people are invariably laying foundation for perpetual conflict in the future. Nnamdi Azikiwe mortgaged our future in one Nigeria, but Hope Uzodinma appear hell-bent on plunging our future into a bottomless pit abyss. Biafrans will not let that happen. Ehime is a few kilometers from the Atlantic Ocean, and definitely this planned relocation of the jihadists to Biafra land surreptitiously brings to reality their age-long desire to dip their Quran in the Atlantic Ocean. We will not let that happen. As the Biafra government led by His Excellency Ekpa Simon Njoku has said, we will only take refugees after our independence from Nigeria. As November 2024 rolls in, Lakurawa, a new entrant into the Nigeria terrorism industry, emerges in the Sokoto and Kebbi parts of the Northwest, and within days has killed scores of people. This latest terrorist group is reported to be made up of nationals of Mali, Niger, etc. Terrorists will keep coming because Fulanis and jihadists from all over the world have seen how easy the Nigeria government has made invading its territory and killing indigenous people or abducting them for ransom. It is left for us to do nothing and be killed, or do something and be free. Chosen to do something and be free. Fulani would like to argue that ECOWAS treaty allows free movement of people, even though ECOWAS treaty may have allowed free movement of people through defined ports of entry and exit, and not through the bushes. No country would be obligated to uphold a treaty that creates existential threat for its citizens. Those that call themselves legislatures at the National Assembly have never considered a bill to secure the northern border, either because they are in denial of the problem or they are so scared to propose a solution. As such, are willing to let defenseless indigenous populations slaughtered every day. Now, therefore, in the circumstances, the inhuman experiences we have been subjected to, and out of conviction that the oppressors are increasingly more brazen, will stop at nothing in their desire to deprive us of amenities of life, eliminate us, and take over our natural inheritance. We, the people of Biafra, are left with no other choice than to take concrete steps to self-preserve and self-determine. And on the basis of the Biafra self-referendum conducted between February 1, 2024 and November the 28th, 2024, and Lati Convention delegates votes authorizing using the outcome of the referendum to declare restoration of Biafra independence, we are compelled to, on behalf of the people of the United States of Biafra, declare the restoration of the independence of the United States of Biafra
This ọchịchị Biafra, ekele m okorobịa na ụmụ agbọghọ.
The zoo is falling. The zoo has fallen. The zoo. They will feel the heat. We move with speed, no limit. They don't know what is coming. The zoo was falling. We move. Yes. Yes. We are here to let the world know what is happening. Only Biafra! Only Biafra! Only Biafra! We move! Yes! Yes, the land of the rising sun, the children of God, the chosen ones. Yes, we are here. Finland, we are here. Yes, sir. The zoo don't know what is coming. Yes, yes. We move! High spirit! The zoo has fallen, finally. Finally, the zoo. They don't know what's coming, did they? Yes. Yes. It's high time. Nebo! It's high time. We move. Freedom is not given. Freedom is taken. You must understand that. Thank you so much, Finland. Please go back to your seat. Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you so much. Please, can you go back to your seat, please? you. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you so much.
USB, 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 Oh my God.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
CRS,
Thank you, my fellow Biafrans. Thank you so much.
Please, let's sit. Let's sit, please. Let's sit, please.
Yes.
Let's sit, please. Let's sit, please.
Please have a seat. Thank you so much. Have a seat. Yeah.
Let's sit, please. So, one more time, we are compelled to, on behalf of the people of the United States of Biafra, declare the restoration of independence of the United States of Biafra, comprising 40 confederating states. On this day, November 29, 2024. Let's sit. Let's keep going. Let's keep going, please. 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 Let's keep going, please.
Freedom we want and freedom we get. taking over our land.
Let's keep going, please. Let's keep going. The United States of Biafra shall have the full powers of a sovereign state and shall establish commerce, levy war, make peace, enter into diplomatic relations, and carry out, as of rights, other sovereign responsibilities. As a democratic state, reassure protection for all persons, local and foreign, and their properties and businesses within our territory. Until that day and time, a substantive constitution will be adopted. The affairs of the people of the United States of Biafra will continue to be piloted by a transition government to be constituted during or after this convention by the United States of Biafra Prime Minister. Re-establish the Bight of Biafra, which was mischievously removed by the Nigeria state after the Civil War. Reaffirm our confidence in the Prime Minister, His Excellency Ekpa Simon Njoko, and we assure him of our unreserved support, which he has earned by virtue of his transformational leadership that made this day possible. The Biafra Declaration Drafting Board signs the declaration statement, which will be endorsed by everybody in this convention. COS. Who stands in for them?
I think he's the chief of staff, so you can
Okay.
call her to.
Call her.
Yeah, to come hold your listen.
Chief of staff. Chief of staff.
What the fathers?
I have to read. So I'm gonna read the next paragraph, then you will read the last one on behalf of the plan. Okay? You will read here, I'm gonna read here, and then you read this one. Okay?
Okay, well, you remember our attorney here, Attorney Jane. Where is she going to read and sign? Attorney Jane.
Where is she?
Our attorney. She's here. She has a.
She has
a part
nothing to
do.
sign.
The attorney. She has something to read.
She can read this, yeah, she can come and read this one.
The Prime Minister do solemnly proclaim that the territory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to read this. I'm going to read. This is the Prime Minister, right?
No,
Or you
this
want
is like swearing in the PM. It was supposed to be the judge that does it.
Yeah, our attorney is here.
Yeah, but PM said it doesn't have to be a judge. But if she's here, bring her
The
up.
attorney must do it.
Yeah, bring her up.
What the fathers? Struggle autopilot until the none they come out. Simon not the pilot. Go to hell, tell Elisa we know before.
So this is
boy, man, that is.
right, all right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much. All right, we continue to conclude. Our independence is here today. On behalf of the Prime Minister, His Excellency, Eba Simon Njako Obatobie, the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, now therefore, the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in exile, His Excellency Eba Simon Njako, by virtue of the authority and pursuant of the issues and principles recited above, do hereby solemnly proclaim that the territory and region under the 40 confederating states of Biafra, together with her continental shelf and territorial waters, shall henceforth regain her independence and act as an independent sovereign state with the name and title of the United States of Biafra. The people of the United States of Biafra want to be free in a country where the police and the military are sworn to the Constitution and not to the president, head of state, politicians, or anyone else, where no man is above the law, where the police and military are empowered to question inhumane orders from unscrupulous politicians. And if such order is to invade a community and kill everyone there, they will say, hell no, what are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about? The United States of Biafra, as an independent country, joins the United States of America in proclaiming that all men are created equal. With certain inalienable rights, including the right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Can you scream? The United States of Biafra envisions a country where peace, unity, equity, and progress shall prevail. My fellow Biafrans, let's join hands and make it a reality. God bless you, and God bless the United States of Biafra. Eba Simon Njako. At this time, we are going to call on the Chief Justice of the United States of Biafra, Attorney Jane Iwuze, to confirm this declaration. I didn't read this 40 states before you affirm.
Okay, let's read it. Yeah.
Fellow Biafrans, I hereby mention the 40 states of the United States of Biafra: Aba State, Adoka State, Afema Igoromigodo, Ahoda, Abakip Oro, Alanso, Aludo, Anioma, Branham, Calabar, Ebonyi, Ebube, Eda, Enugu, Epie, Esan Igodomigodo, Ezani, Iden Igodomigodo, Idun Ibon, Igala State, Ibani State, Ika State, Ikemba State, Ikom State, Ikwimisia State, Itayanan, Iwere State, Iwuroha State, Odumegu State, Obuya State, Ogoja State, Ohabuenyi State, Ohuku State, Okigwe State, Omambala State, Olu State, Owerri State, Kwa State, South Atlantic State, Uroba Isoko State. Welcome to the 40th state of the United States of Biafra.
Thank you. We have heard of all the grievances that have been read here today. The untold hardship of our people that they have gone through, the lives that the lives that have been lost, the lives that we are still losing. As a member of cabinet, I stand here to affirm, on the basis of the grievances and of the referendum, for our forefathers, for this generation, for the next generation to come, I affirm the declaration and restoration of the United States of Biafra.
You know how they treat us before speaking, lean all the more. You increase us like sand of seashore. Water make the world run for ceremony shore. But the Jaja open the gate. Police are open the gate. Oh, get it, open the gate. Biafra gate. True people. Biafra open the gate. Sazana boy anyway open the gate. Tamara Ayeba open the gate. Biafra gate.
Fellow Biafrans, at this point, we are going to lower the flag of Nigeria and raise the flag of the United States of Biafra.
Injunction of the gun,
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Just rest. Yeah. Just tell people. Let them start signing. Okay. Wow, women. Let me ask. Okay, fellow Biafrans. Okay. Is he talking? Is he what? Hello, fellow Biafrans.
Please hold on for the national anthem. Silence for the Biafra 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 national anthem.
Give
All hail Biafra.
BDF anthem, please.
All Biafrans, you line up and sign your signature on that declaration page. Thank you.
We have vanquished our enemies. All hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. In him we trust. Shout it, sing it. All hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. We have emerged triumphant from all our foes. Through the crucible unscathed, we passed victorious. Our trumpets pealing, the glorious song. Play it, sing it, all hail Biafra. Oh, hail Biafra. We shall always remember all that perished in the struggle for our freedom. All hail our heroes. Our prayer shall be known both day and night. Say
Can we settle down, please? Can we settle down? DJ, please hold on. Can we go back to our chairs, please? Can we go back to our seats, please? Please, can we settle down? Can we settle down? I understand that we're overwhelmed with joy, but please, let us settle down so that we can sign the documents row by row. Please settle down. Please, everyone should settle down. You will get your turn to sign. Can we settle down, please? Can we settle down, please? No, not yet. No, they will call everybody. Can we settle down? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Can we settle down, please?
Ó ṣètìlá o, ó kèrò kọ́ lè rọra.
We've done it. We've done it, Biafrans. Now, it is time for us to exit the venue. Please pick up your belongings and quietly exit the hall, please. Cabinet members, please go and line up and sign the document. Cabinet members, sign the document before you exit the hall. So every other member, please start getting ready to leave the hall. Cabinet members, go and sign the document. And as you are signing, enjoy our PM Obatobie's music.
note, views and opinions expressed in the course of this program do not represent that of WOTV. Therefore, this channel is not liable to any legal action that may result from this program.